Today we turn to the dark side as I have something truly evil and terrifying to show you. Something that should be banned, like literally today. Bandai should ban it. It should not exist because this is a vile, corrupt abomination of cards that just makes your opponent want to cry and, commit toaster bathtub. The deck is all about building a greymon stack, doing a few checks, playing a Dorbic, making a Ragna, and blitzing all over your opponent's face, finishing off their security, and that is it. That is all. So today I'm going to show you the deck that is in my nightmares, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, to notification on Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these Digimon videos go live. Enjoy the deck profile. For all intents and purposes, this deck is a combo OTK deck. Because we want to draw our combo pieces, we're playing 4 copies of Koromon to help facilitate that. An extra draw here or there every game does not impact you at all. The 1000 DP boost from Koromon does not matter and is usually pretty negligible. So having the Koromon to draw eggs is really, really good. Now we move on to rookies, and we're playing 4 copies of this Agumon. Now, this Agumon is not a dinosaur, which matters with Dorbricmon because you can't use this Agumon with Dorbricmon. However, it's the only Agumon we play that is not a dinosaur, so it's probably okay. Its on play is really good. That reveals top 4, add a Greymon card and tie card to your hand. Pretty good. And then it gets your 1000 boost during all turns, which is pretty nice. Now onto the dinosaur Agumons, 4 copies of Agumon X. It's just going to evolve or play, get top 3, search a Greymon card. That's all it's going to be used for in this deck. But that's fine. In worst case scenario, it is a dinosaur card. Now you play 2 copies of the Agumon from the Gallant Monostar deck, the one that gives you 2000 DP when attacking a player. Not bad, usually doesn't come up, but it is a dinosaur target, so it might actually matter. And then we actually play 2 copies of this Agumon. This Agumon reveals top 4 and adds a Greymon and a Marcus. We do play Marcus in this deck, as well as Ty, so it does actually search sometimes, even though I rarely ever hard play it. The Inheritable is cool too, we spend Tamer minus 2000. Only works with Marcus in this deck, rarely comes up. Now, important to know with Dorbricmon real quick. You cannot use this Agumon and this Agumon with Dorbricmon. The Digimon have to be different names. So you can use an Agumon and an Agumon X, but you can't actually use both these Agumons. And that's okay. Usually it doesn't really come up, and just as long as you have enough targets in hand to win the game, it's usually fine. Anyway, that's it for the rookies. 12 rookies, you'll draw them off. It's not really a big deal. On to the champions now. We're playing 3 copies of Security plus 1 Greymon. Now, I'm going to be honest here and say that I do miss the 4th one occasionally. I really do. But instead of playing a 4th Greymon, we're actually playing 1 copy of Burning Greymon. Doing this allows us an additional Dorbrick name. It's also a hybrid for game if you need it. It has good utility like that. Like, it's multi-purpose, right? And sometimes having the extra name for Dorbrick, if you don't have a Tamer on the board, or if you can't, like, hybrid for game or whatever, it matters. So I like this a lot, though I do miss the 4th Greymon sometimes and wish I could squeeze it in. Deck space, though, is really tight in this deck. Absolutely. Now, on the Greymon X's, we play 3 copies of the BT9 one, the one that gives you protection from deletion effects and bouncing effects. This one is really important because you need to be able to do a few security checks with your stack safely and then win the game with Dorbrick and Ragna combo. Greymon X helps you do that. Then we obviously play the 1 copy of the limited Greymon X. The protection effect never comes up in this meta, being Ultimate Cut meta, but you can reduce the cost of your next 5 by 1 or 2, and that's pretty good. The last 2 champions in this deck are 2 Dragonkins, known as the Flamedramon. It is only there to be used with Dorbricmon, and its end of turn DNA Digivolution. I will show you guys the combo when we get to the end of the profile, but you need this card for the combo, usually in most cases, because you'll probably have to end up passing a turn when you play Dorbrick. This card allows you to win the game if you pass turn. So we do have to play 2 copies of it minimum, and 2 is fine. I don't think I can change that number at all. On the Ultimates, we're playing 4 copies of the Metal Greymon x-antibody from BT9, the one that on evolve gives you security plus 1. If you're fortunate enough to evolve it over a Metal Greymon, it gets 3000 DP as well. However, that never comes up, I want to say. Like, if you do this, you're hopefully winning the turn you do that. You give yourself an extra security check in order to go through security really easily. And that's what it's there for. DP doesn't matter too much. Now we play 2 copies of the new Metal Greymon, the Raid one. And when you raid, you play a type from your hand, which is nice. And then Piercing comes up sometimes. It does. But yeah, the raid is cool. It doesn't. This card doesn't really come up too much. I'm gonna be real. I hardly ever raid and get a tie off of it. The Piercing sometimes comes up, but like it's just a Metal Greymon card that costs 3 effectively, or 1 on your Metal Greymon. Or Greymon X, sorry. Now, for the Ultimate, I actually like a lot more and want to play more of. 2 copies of this Metal Greymon. This Metal Greymon is here because of Ultimate Cup format. The Machinedramon matchup is annoying. Big boss monster that might actually ruin your combo if it has a blocker, or if they have Analog Man on the board, or whatever. Fortunately, Metal Greymon has de-Digivolve. So when you de-Digivolve that Machinedramon, maybe they're left with a 5, and then they can't do anything with that. Usually. At least, if they want to do something with it, it won't have protection anymore, you can blow it up with a Despicable or something like that. Or Ragna. So the Metal Greymon is there. The Inheritable comes up sometimes, Tech on Digimon with your evolved guy, but honestly, nothing too crazy there. But this card is really good. I want to play a 3rd copy of it. Don't know what to take out. Card's insane. Alright, on to the Megas. You know there's 2 copies of Despicable. 2 copies is what we play. Despicable costs 13 to play for every card you cross with, different names, up to 5. Reduce the cost by 2. Then you can blow something up 3,000 plus 2,000 for every material that you cross with it. And that comes up. You know, it has rush as well, so if you don't get enough damage with your big stack, you can rush for game sometimes, or rush for enough so that you can Ragna for game. And that's pretty cool. Now, my second favorite Mega in this deck is this card, the BT12 War Greymon. I like it because it costs 3 on a Metal Greymon. So if you have a Memory Tamer on the board and you have Metal Greymon in the back, you can promote your Metal Grey involved in the War Grey. You don't pass over turn. That's huge. Without anything else, right? Obviously, if you have Tamer Memory Boost or 2 Memory Boost or something, then you're chilling anyway. But, you know, you might not. You might not. It might just be Memory Tamer. So the War Greymon does come in clutch sometimes to win games. The on-evolve plus 3000 reboot comes up for security checks. Allows you to survive security checks. Especially with Greymon X in there, it's really, really good. And then if you once per turn, if attack target is switched, unsuspend. So like a not-so-educated Machinedramon player might redirect an attack to the Machinedramon, this unsuspends. That's pretty good. So yeah, 2 copies of that, I like it a lot. We play 2 copies of BT8 Black War Greymon, the one that pops Tamers. That's essentially what it is used for. I rarely ever pop Digimon with it. It's really good at popping Analog Man so that you can win the game the turn you evolve it, if you have enough memory to do so. It can also pop, you know, All Force Tamers, Yellow Hybrid Tamers, whatever, Mirror Match Tamers, whatever. It's there for the Tamer pop. It does unsuspend if a Digimon's deleted. That can come up for sure. But yeah, there was a turn where a game that was won because of like Black War Greymon being able to attack twice. Like it had the Metal Greymon Inheritable, the one that attacks unsuspended. It does stuff. It wins games. The card's pretty good. Now we have 2 copies of Gaiomon. Gaiomon, I played 2 copies of it because of the de-Digivolve. Again, it's another check to the Machinedramon matchup. De-Digivolving that stack. You know, sometimes you'll run into a situation where like a Chaos Dramon evolves in Machinedramon. So the BT Metal Greymon is not enough anymore. If you have Metal Grey and Gaiomon, well, you're chilling. And then you're doing great. But if you don't have that, you don't have it. It does have Blitz, does have Security +1 and Reboot. It does come up. But it is really there mostly for the Machinedramon matchup. And the odd quick little damage here and there. The last level 6 we play is 1 copy of the Black War Grey X-antibody. I play it mostly, honestly, because it's another different name for Despicable. I rarely go into it. There are some applications where it is useful to like pop something when you reboot and then you redirect. It comes up against some decks. It's really bad against some other decks. 1 copy of it is fine. I wouldn't dedicate more space to it. Final 2 Digimon on the deck are 2 copies of the infamous boss monster that makes everyone cry, RagnaLordmon. When you DNA Digivolve, it gets Blitz, and you get to basically pop a 20 cost or less card and burn security for every 4 cards in its stack. It will burn usually 2 security, sometimes 3. If you can do 3 damage to your opponent, then you can do a cheap Ragna
and win like that. The whole point of the game is basically you have your one stack, then you play a Dorbic, and then you Ragna, and then you win. That's how it works. That's the whole combo, and I'll show it to you shortly. For Tamers in this deck, we play one Marcus and 2 copies of Tai Kamiya. All memory Tamers. Marcus gives you an extra memory when you swing, which can come up sometimes. And Tai gives security +1, which definitely comes up sometimes. That's the preferred ratio of Tamer anyway. I think Tai's a little bit better than Marcus. And it's flexible, it's nice, it's all good. Options. 4 copies of Red Memory Boost, because you will need the memory to win sometimes. In addition to that, you do need the consistency. It is a combo deck. You need your combo pieces. Red Memory Boost helps you get there. And we're not playing Gravity Crush. The last 2 options of the deck are Fireballs for the Pot of Greed. For those of you that don't know, Pot of Greed lets you draw 2 cards from your deck. And Fireball does the same thing. Unless they control 3000 DP, then you pop that. But usually you want to use it as soon as you see it, within all the bodies, so that you Pot of Greed. Their little bodies usually don't matter in the grand scheme of things anyway. That's the deck. We'll do a combo real quick. Alright, everything is in view. Let's say that this is the board state going on right now. I put the opponent's security here. They have 5 security. That's honestly fine. It's your turn, you're at 3, and this is your stack. You got an Agu, Greymon X, Greymon X, Battle Gray. That's pretty fine. Not a big deal. So, in a situation, how you'd win the game is, this is already 3 checks. You don't need anything fancy. So you can promote here. Just like that. You promote. And then you can evolve into War Gray, because you have it, for 3. Again, if it was like Black War Gray or something, you'd also need a memory boost or whatever. But we have the War Gray, it's fine. So we draw for Digivolving. Oh, it's an Agumon. Great, that's useless. Anyway, so it against is 3,000. That's very nice. We swing for 15, 3 checks. All right, and you draw a card for the Koromon. Great. All right, we got that, and we got that, and we got that. Wow, nothing crazy. Anyway, so now here's how you win the game at this point in time. You have Dorbic in hand with Ragna, your Flamedramon, and then literally any other dragon, like Dinosaur, Dragonkin, whatever. So what you do is you play the Dorbic, and you use the Flamedramon and just minimum literally one other card. It doesn't matter. You don't need full stacks, just those 2 cards, one of them being Flamedramon. That costs 9 to play. That's fine, the memory counter is all the way over there. And then, now you end of turn DNA Digivolve because of the Flamedramon inheritable. So you go ahead and you DNA into the Ragna. And the Ragna here is going to burn their last 2 security and blitz, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sources. They burn the sources, and then it blitzes for game. And that's the combo. That's it. That is how you win with this deck. And the deck is really, 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 really scary because of it. And that's something you could do, honestly, depending on the cards, turn 3. Like, we've seen turn 3 kills with this deck. It's scary AF, but you can do it. And, yeah, that's the deck profile. Alright, that's it. That's the deck. It's as clear, simple, bright a day. It's like an easy bake meal. 1, 2, 3, it's done. That's it. It's pretty easy. Just build your stack, go burr, call it a day. That's all the deck is. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you want to play it in Ultimate Cup? Maybe you do. Who knows? I'll see you guys later. Bye.